Hello everyone, how's it going? Happy Monday morning for me. Probably Sunday for you. I don't know where you are in the world, but yes, it's a Monday morning here. I've got another, 21 hours left on the test or something like that. So I thought it'd be a good time now to kind of just hang out a little bit. And I really want to see or hear what you think about game. I see a question in here from Kappa99. Do we know when Fellowship is releasing? No. Actually, no. So, yeah, not sure. Not the last day. Extend it. I know, Megas for life. I would love to kind of keep playing and all that sort of stuff. But, it's one of those things. Like, we gotta... At some point for us to make a lot of forward progress, and also Steam Next Fest is ending. It's a whole thing. Yeah, we gotta go work on stuff so we can get to the next milestone. But this is a really, really good sign. If you want us to keep the game up and running, I'd love to hear it. It's, you know, leave them wanting more. Isn't that what they say? The game has been unexpectedly fun. I didn't expect much, but it was pleasantly surprising. Thanks, Redazukin. Base rack, instant approval. Oh, you peeped some bases? Do you want a quick tour? Someone was asking for a quick instrument tour. We got this, like a 75 jazz reissue. What else we got? Just the bases. This is my like mongrel Ibanez Roadstar 2 with Bartolini pickups in it. That's that one. This one's a little funny one. It's actually like a Japanese it's called a diplomat. Anyway. Right, of course. And a tappy. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There you go. No worries, Guillermo. You imagine seeing this game having esports? I mean, I've always said with esports related things, it's like, it's up to the community, right? If there is the demand and that sort of thing, it's got to come from the community. I've seen so many developers try and force esports and being like, we've got a $20,000 prize pool for this thing. And if people don't care, what's the point? Like, it doesn't matter. Can you play any of the Fellowship music? Barrett, I mean, we could actually do, maybe not on like this channel, but I wanted to do some music production streams because I'm trying to relearn probably Ableton. So maybe we do a Fellowship remix. Okay. Declan Jefferson saying, lovely polished feeling game so far. Would be great to see a few more DPS characters, of course, that's coming. And a tease at more dungeons/adventures. I agree. Did you see... Let me see if do I have it on here? Yeah, no, I moved it off. Yeah, we can show that. Yeah, with the MDI scene in WoW, I foresee the community wanting it. Can't wait to see this game evolve. Thanks, girl's name. Appreciate it. Do you have any ideas for making the competition more interesting between players? After eye level 240, what is the point for players to continue? Have you planned a loop? We've already kind of seen a lot of natural things happening after item level 240. Obviously, you want to upgrade to 285 through grinding out materials and reforging and really min-maxing your build. The gems is huge. There's actually, I don't know when it was in JB's stream. I know it was just before one of the maintenances, so I kind of need to go back in time. But JB did a really cool... He just kind of talked for like 15 to 20 minutes about what this game is and why it's different. He said some really interesting things, which is really great coming from someone else, because we find it hard to articulate, because it's, when you look at our game, you see dungeons, right? And in the trailers, you don't see the systems, you don't see those things. And there's so much more to that min-maxing of your build through like gems and talents and that sort of thing that it's really hard to get across. So it's going to be a communication challenge going forward. So I'm working on how to, I'm trying to figure out exactly how to do that. But it's been really cool seeing people like JB have a really good explanation of that. The thing that I found really interesting, so I'm a big Dota player, or have been up until like probably a few months ago, because I've been too busy to play in a long time. Seeing some big players in the Dota community jump in and be like, okay, cool, I understand that. Seeing Mason stream our game like across multiple days for long periods of time was pretty telling. Really, really enjoyed seeing that. So there is something there, right? I think the thing that we notice a lot in the conversation in our community, which makes a lot of sense, is that people are coming, and understandably so, from WoW and Final Fantasy and, you know, other MMOs that they can draw parallels between. But I think there's more parallels than people might realize between games like ARPGs and MOBAs. Just don't see it from the get-go. So I think that's going to be really, really cool if we can reach out to those communities and try and bring them in too. But yes, there's no subscription. So yeah, like Ingrace saying, you will pay to own the game. You might not be able to articulate it well, but anything well executed tends to speak for itself. Yeah, Redazukin, I agree. And I think, no, I don't think. I know that this demo is well executed. It's really great. Novlol saying, initially I told my friends it's WoW meets MOBA. Yeah. But what you look at first is the visual presentation of something. We talked about it on stream a while ago. This isn't how Fellowship has always looked. It used to be more isometric, more PvE MOBA than it is now. It was a completely different type of thing. So, but we've got systems. Anyway, it's cool. I am very, very happy with how this test has gone. So, it's been really cool. I just wanted to hang out with you all today for a couple of hours and just kind of hear your feedback. Craig, are you very sad that the playtest is ending? Me too. Well, I'm mixed. I'm sad that it's ending, but also excited for what ending it means. We can move on to some pretty cool stuff that comes next. You were watching a top tier replay last night and his camera was zoomed out all the way from the big pools. It still has that MOBA look to it in a way. And that's it. Yeah, I get that. Oh, Tunic. Yeah, I've seen your sim for Rhyme. I haven't tried yet. I'm currently mad at you for giving Dots an extra 0.15 seconds internally. That's all. Nice. It is so cool that people are already like mathing out how this all works. I generally find that I play a lot of these games to find stuff that makes me look cool. My Tariq looks pretty cool. Hey, where's... There he goes. Just loading. Yeah, come on. What a beast. Also, cape physics. Look at it go. Whoa. Whoa. Also, affected by wind. I noticed the cape physics being affected by wind when I was capturing some shots for the trailer. And it was doing some cool windy stuff. So, happy about that. Red Tusk saying, game resonating with your core audience already is a massive green flag. Yeah. No, I agree. Well, there's another. Look at that big boy. So let's see if we can... I mean, I'm keen just to chill, maybe try and find a few pieces that I'm missing. Does anyone want to play, by the way? Don't love the WoW style glowy outlines. Cool thing going on with that gear. Hopefully that's not super common in higher level armor. I mean, I think it's only going to be on the highest level armor. Again, there'll be transmog and stuff, like, so you can, there's like a mirror here for cosmetic customization. So you'll be able to, if you don't like it, get rid of it. I'm wondering, should we, because pieces wise, I still want my shoulders, my pants, and I think I need another relic and some boots. What's going to be best for that? Oh, I need a chest plate too. Okay. Well, we know that we need... Oh, I've already got that relic. So we're doing Sithrils, I think, from the looks. If we can find it. Why don't we host it? We'll see if anyone joins. If not, then maybe we'll bring in some people from chat if anyone is able to play. Can you talk about further UI customization that you guys have in mind? So there's going to be a big list. I mean, I don't have like an exhaustive list in front of me, and that would be something that we do soon. You know, kind of consolidate everything once we've gotten past this test phase. We've talked, I think some of the ones that I've mentioned are, you know, well, the main one is the UI global resizing, because we turned that off for this build, but we had that feature working, but it was not super reliable. It was causing some issues, so we removed it from this build. That's going to be a big one. There's some more things like features for stacking your party frames vertically, which I know a lot of people want to do. Stuff like that. But yeah, I'll have to kind of find out a list. I really want to kind of start working on gathering up information over the next couple of weeks about what we learned from this test, what we are looking at changing, and all that sort of thing. Well, not changing what we're looking to add, what our kind of next development focuses are. And then, yeah, putting out another video. I don't know if any of you saw the post-playtest video that I did last time, which was basically me, and then I got input from Axel on that stuff. So that's the idea. Actually, that video was a proof of concept for now, to be honest. So if you look at that video, I was actually working in the Swedish office still, but I filmed it in such a way that it doesn't need to be me there. I was thinking ahead. So basically, I'll film, or I'll have someone help me film the developer input on an iPhone, which is what we did at the time. So that was me, months ago, knowing that this was coming. Novel saying, did you guys do any advertisement, or is it all just word of mouth? It's all just kind of word of mouth. The only kind of advertising-esque thing that might have been done, the publisher might have done some sponsored viewership of the trailer. I don't know. They might have done some media buying, but I'm not sure. For example, I know for a fact that we didn't do any sponsored streams, for example. All of the people that I played with and that ended up playing our game on stream were just people that I'd reached out to and asked, hey, do you want to play? That was it. No sponsored things. I think we're going to have to get a group together if anyone wants to play. Show of hands in chat. I do have an actual question. As you guys may have noticed, new players coming in late to the season are struggling to progress their dungeon level. Do you have plans to add something to address this? I think that's going to be something we have to keep an eye on for sure. I think incentives for players to go back and maybe help, or I mean, obviously like a bigger audience is always the answer for these things. If you have more people that are in the same boat, it's just going to help. But no, I definitely see that. Something to, keep an eye on. Captain Popbeard saying, I can tank in 5 minutes. Okay. What were some of your biggest lessons learned from the playtest? So I can only really speak for myself and not necessarily for the rest of the devs. We kind of need to have a big kind of post-mortem conversation before I understand exactly what they've been learning the most from it. I think, oh, Dan, it's way too good of a question, and I don't really know the answer. Biggest lessons learned. I think the thing that I keep thinking about is I see the success of this game being not a day one thing. I don't look at it that way. I'm not like, oh, early access drops and we get X amount of something and our job is done. I think of it more like, how do we create a thriving ecosystem for years? What's the kind of cadence of new dungeons and new heroes? How do we do that while not kind of losing that core identity? I think there's a real risk. I would say there's a risk of going down various paths because they seem enticing. And that's a risk, but it's just something that needs to be weighed up. Wally's OG saying rewards for quick play per day. Yeah, something like that. That'd be good. Like maybe there's a daily quest for doing a quick play. You get some materials or something. Rocker Mad saying literally only started playing this game right now and I'm already hooked. 2 concerns. Finding groups was hard. Queue time was long. Also worried if this game will have enough players. The M+ dungeon format is very niche, otherwise love the game. Rocker Mads, I understand. We've also had like issues with healers. Like there's too many healers and we're now finding it hard to find a tank. I mean, yeah, it's It's coming to the end of the test, so it's not surprising to me that it's getting even harder. Lol, Frunzy, you have 27 hours in the game? Nice. Too many healers is a crazy issue, by the way. Tanks are harder to find in higher level difficulty. Okay. Good to know. So, what we will do... I'll just leave that going still. But if there's any friends that want to play, just let me know. Should I see if Kate wants to play? Maybe she's too busy wanting to tank stuff for us. Yeah, Sissio, we have a dot damage DPS. Am I playing on Oceanic? Declan. I wish. That'd be cool. I mean, I would love to get Oceanic servers. It's really just a question of demand, right? So, if anyone wants to play and has some time, I've just dumped my friend invite in chat. If I see any friend invites, I'm going to assume that you want to join. I'm particularly looking for a tank. Because I don't really want to drop group if I don't have to. Dirty. Let's see if Dirty is a tank. Yeah. Let's go. Alright. Cool. You get on your item level 1, Helena? Nice. Cthulhu, I'm glad you had a great time. That's super cool. Waiting for players to connect? Ooh, okay. If we're running into issues, we might have to jump to other servers. Okay. This is something that we know about. It's a particularly US-based issue. We'll see how it affects us. Oh! This looks not great. Something affecting our... Or maybe that was... I actually don't know. That doesn't necessarily need to be. This Rhyme is a pumper, right? Just running through. Hey Rain, how you doing? It was so cool playing with you the other day. We've got things coming. Look, I'm the chump that hasn't hasn't marked targets. I haven't played in days, to be honest, so like I feel very Tariq rusty. Oh, I don't have a kick. I will not move. No comment, please. Okay, no. I know you are planning to do seasons. You guys need to do 100% of your 100% line up of your seasons to line up with the mid or end of WoW seasons. That would be some 200 IQ stuff. I don't know. I feel like I see what you're saying, but there's something to like running our own race, you know. How is it? There you go. So we want relic or shoulders or chest or pants. I don't think you can get chest here. But pants, I think we can get.
You will never stop scissoring time.
I'm so big!
There's nowhere to hide.
Let's use my thing. Oh, okay, so you're gonna... Oh wait, I can still hit from here.
My arrows will shackle you for eternity. There is nowhere to hide.
Did you just burn the boss? Yeah.
There's nowhere to hide.
Nope. Okay, that's fine. Will you do race to world first like other games do when you release raids? I mean, this is kind of the thing. There's so many different options for events that we could do, provided we have the community to support it and we're in the right place. On the community side, absolutely, I would love to do race to world first events, kind of race to the top events. I'd love to get like someone to sponsor that and, you know, see if we could get some prizes together and incentivize that. That'd be cool. Raids are going to be a thing. Red Tusk, we've talked about it. They want to do raids, yeah, but it's, yeah, not necessarily a day one situation. Will all progress be reset once early access hits? Yes, absolutely. Any plans for guilds and that sort of thing? Safbridge, it's been brought up. It'd be really cool to have those things in the game. I mean, it's one of those things that like we have. This is why I was talking before about what have I learned from this test, and it's more. I'm trying to shift my thinking to like a long-term way of thinking. Like, where do we want our game to be in 5 years? What are the things that make sense to have like a healthy kind of game growth? I think this is something that Warframe has done particularly well. They've had like a really long, healthy growth. And they've not just become like a fad game. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, lots to learn from Digital Extremes. I'm a huge fan. I've always said that. I mean, I've said this to their faces that they, to me, are a really good mix of open and transparent development, but also just the way that they handle their community and that sort of thing. If we could have something similar here, that'd be priceless. Darren DeSalon, oh, thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying the game. I can't wait till we like actually get early access happening. It's going to be so sick. I have to say, like, yeah, and this is me kind of being extremely transparent with you. Like, I felt differently about. If you'd asked me like 6 months ago my thoughts on early access, if I thought it was a good idea or not, in general, for games, I don't know, it's not something that I was stoked about as a concept. But seeing how important these tests have been for us in making a really, really, really great game, I'm sold. I think the best game of Fellowship, like the best version of this game, exists with a strong early access situation. I think it's just a fact. Alright, I like this. Oof. Will there be any other playtests before early access with new/other characters maybe? Real Muffa, I actually don't know. Look at this rhyme pumping. Oh. Oh, damn. I thought... My bad. I don't think we need to worry about it. So we have so much damage on this rhyme. It's got to be a great feeling to have huge WoW players like JB testing and enjoying this game so early. Yeah. There's this video that's going around because our devs have been watching like crazy what's going on. And there's this one video of JB talking about like just how our game's like superficially looks like dungeons. It looks like MPOS to a lot of people, which makes sense. But there's a really different type of depth that you don't necessarily see on first look, which I think is what JB is saying has been one of the interesting theory crafting hooks for him. So, I don't know, there's some really, really good signs in there. But yeah, the devs have been fiending for all of the content that people have been putting out. I would say sleep schedules are the worst I've seen them. Like, no joke. Oops. Do you know what I also was thinking about? Like one of those, like, falling asleep things that you have whenever you're obsessed with something, right? You just can't stop thinking about it. Since this is quite a compressed timeline, I mean, I personally would like to see the gear curve be... No, I would like the gearing to take a little bit longer, but this is me, and I'm not a designer, so don't get freaked out. I think the thing that people are missing a lot is that since this is such a compressed timeline, the motivation or reasoning to do an alt is a lot lower. But I could imagine that in one season, the type of player that I am, I'd be looking to get good gear on more than just one hero. Right now, I'm like, okay, well, why would I play anything other than Tariq, right? A friend of yours says they hear Sylvie's butterfly sounds as they go to sleep. Yep, exactly that. Vineth, I see your question. Let's talk about that after this boss fight. I think that's quite interesting. Remind me to come back to it. The real question is, when do we get to fight Elzarak? Or is that even going to happen? Vem Elzarak? What's going on with the whole Elzerac sitch, right? Many questions. Ah, no. Oh, whoops. I got a battle res. For a playtest, this has been such an amazing experience. I enjoyed every second I got to play before heading back out and not having my PC close by. I'm excited to see what you guys have in store for us leading up to early access. Me too. Me too. You're ready to main this game? That's what we like to hear. Nice. What? Did I jump into the chest and die or something? The chest is the final boss. Any plans for us to put a toolbar in a 3x4 format for mimicking an MMO mouse? That's, yeah, I mean, we've talked about adding various things to the edit HUD mode. So it's not impossible. Yeah, the chest drop killing people. That was a good one. So, I got a couple more friend requests. Why don't we see who's... John Rhyme? I'm sick. Let's see. Oh, that's another tank. Oh, we got tanks. Okay, we got Tariqs. Do we have any other, like, DPS or healers that want to join before I make a group? Healer. Okay, Rascalot. Do you have the here's my friend thing? You know, friendo thingo? Okay, we got a healer. Okay, sorry. Sorry, ops. We're playing with chat. John Rhyme is a tank, so I don't understand. Do we have any other DPSs? Where would be the best spot for us to put beta feedback for the devs after the alpha ends? So Discord's the best place. Use the feedback forums there, I'd say. There was a question that I just mentioned before that I wanted to address. One sec, I need to go back. Why can't I see it now? I remember the question being about something about casual players. Do we have a rough timeline on what's coming next? Not yet. We're on the US server. Hi, Kate. How's it going? Was it this question? Probably. Let me see. Oh, yeah, so Vineth. Here we go. Don't you think the game will die off for casuals like most of the games? That's a good question. I think it really just comes down to how do you create the best kind of funnel. So you want to have something that when people come in is inviting and not like overwhelming. That's a big reason why we have made those first few difficulty levels as, I would say, as accessible as they are. Obviously the tutorial. There was a question the other day in chat, or I think it was actually a conversation on Discord about, oh, would we remove those first 10 levels? I don't think so. I think it's really, really important that we have onboarding for people who maybe they don't necessarily want to chase down top rank stuff, but they want to maybe grind out some good gear. I feel like I kind of fit into that category a bit. I'm not under any illusion that I have the time or skill to reach like the top of a leaderboard. But what I do want to do is, you know, get to a point where I feel like I can chase down gear and, you know, there's probably other achievements in there for me. Yeah, it's a balance. I hear what you're saying though. Valendiv, did you add me? We need a DPS. Valen. Let's go. Cool. Invite to group. Let's go, double Tariq. Any further info you could give on the whip rogue hero? No, unfortunately not. Any roadmap plans? So clips, that's one of the things that I think we're gonna have to figure out how to navigate with everyone. We do want to, and obviously this is why I'm here. We want to be transparent with everyone with what we're working on. I think roadmaps that lock people into like an annual, like hard commitment to a certain thing is probably not the way we, okay. Kate, I am ready for your massive feedback document. Bring it on. Oh, I was about to nuke everyone. Is anyone gonna... Oh. I'm gonna add anything regarding scaling UI elements, including nameplates and adding a target cast bar. We've got heaps of stuff coming to the edit HUD mode. So that's definitely a work in progress. As to what those things will be, that's stuff that we'll talk about. You know, we've got a lot of, let's say, a bit of a stock take to do after this test. And then look, when I know, like, my goal is to get information out to all of you as and when I can. That's what I love to do, so. When I can tell you, you'll know. For sure. Fleshbone. Yeah, it is sad that it's the last day. I agree. We've had some issues with I think one of the ISPs that we're using for the servers in the US is having some issues. Exactly what they are, I'm not sure, but again, this is why we do these tests. It's good for us to know this now, so things can be adjusted and get on top of that stuff. Yeah, Tog39, I was saying that before. If people want more, it's good, right? You see, you know, things in other places and sometimes people just, I don't know, apathetic.
There is nowhere to hide. I'll bring the frosty skies upon you. I see the fear in your eyes.
Alright, I'm coming for you, Valen. I let you pop your ult first. I'm gonna see if I can pass on damage because I have higher item level. I'd be a little... I mean, look. I'm under no illusion. Oh man, this is gonna call it. Should have just tanked it. Now I gotta jump out. Okay, but it's fine. At least it's in consideration. We're used to being forgotten. No, no, no. Okay, this is my promise to you. I will not let you be forgotten. It's just not going to happen. One of the things that I like to do, and I've done on other games that I've worked on, is even when inevitably there's rough patches in a game's development, and look, there will be times when we'd be delusional to think that everything will go smoothly all the time. I think that's honestly the worst time as a dev that you can check out. think you really need to be there when stuff's tough. I'm very much of the idea that, like, I would want people to be annoyed but informed as opposed to just confused. Like they have no idea what's going on, or they're either misinformed or uninformed. I think that's the worst. Being there in the tough times is how you build trust from the community. Yes. And on The Division, we had a lot of tough times. But yeah, the game was definitely better for sticking around. And we built up a lot of trust with that community because they could see how important it was for us for things to be fixed. Novlol saying, learn lessons from Blizzard on how not to handle the tough times. It's a different approach. I did work at Blizzard for a little bit, so I know what you're talking about. Is the version of VFX close to final or still being worked on? I feel like slight tweaks could make the combat feel weightier / more engaging. I mean, nothing's final. So, no? There was like, for example, like just before the build went out, there was a big update to Helena in terms of animation and VFX. And the difference of how it felt playing Helena was night and day. I think similar things will happen in various other parts of the development, so... No. But this is... As good as this build is, it's not done. That's the thing, when you put out a build this good as a demo, that's, yeah, you kind of maybe confusing some people a little bit. Love the diplomatic answers. Which one was a diplomatic answer? I'll try and give you the non-diplomatic answer. Oh, when I say Blizzard has a different approach, it's just true. Like I've done and been around different approaches for a long time. I did a couple of years at Blizzard, 10 years at Ubisoft. And so, you know, different places operate differently. It's just true. I don't personally agree with some of those ways. I think gamers are smarter and sometimes deserve more than that. For the most part. Because to be fair, I have seen some people say some horrendous, horrible things as well. But bro, when does it release? Where can I buy it? Or when? We don't have that for you just now. I don't actually know. Like, it's not that I'm trying to be... You know, I'm not dodging that. I actually don't know when we're going into early access. Wish I did. Hopefully we have some illuminating conversations over the next couple of weeks after this test wraps up and we get to see where we're kind of at. Will there be merch for sale? Barrett. I hope so. I actually got a very interesting email. So I mean, I get them all the time. You know, people being like, have you tried out various digital commerce solutions? You could be this if you had this. I'm like, okay, well, not interested, but this one that I got the other day was really cool. It was from someone who was like, hey, look, I've played heaps of your game. I know this like is a kind of cold call email, but I think there's something really cool to do for your game, and they like dropped a bunch of knowledge about the game that they wouldn't have if they hadn't played it. And they're like, I actually work for a company that does licensing and makes plushies for games, and I think there's some awesome things in your game that could also benefit from being plushified. And I was like, yes, okay, I agree. Plushies, let's do it. So I don't know, that was one of the better emails I've received. I'm gonna take it. I know it takes my DPS, but here we are. Oops, I left it there, my bad. I shouldn't have left it there. I should have walked it away. I was distracted. I'll get it. Oh. Oh, I can't make it in time. That's fine. We have the damage for it. Hey, Icto can't aim. Thanks so much. I'm glad you had a good time in the test. Rain, I did see the one shot plus 11s. I didn't see your one, but I've seen some people doing that. It's pretty hectic. Oh my god. Barrett. Barrett! I'm picturing a Sylvie plushie with little Velcro butterflies to stick on the other plushies? Yes. Please. That's incredible. Oh no, draining life! Someone get it! Do the mounts transfer over to the full game? You'll be able to keep the +5 tiger mount, nothing else. The rat mount won't come over with you. Sorry. Sir Bombastic will not come over with you. Respect him. The Honorable Sir Bombastic will not transfer over. Tiger looks cooler anyway. The tiger is cool. Wait, we can't keep the rat? No. No, that's just a fun thing to do during the beta. But no, you won't keep the rat. Not the rat. Sir Bombastic, please. Refer to him as such. Oops, missed that one. We did it! Will there be a nice ending to the playtest like WoW did, like making a cataclysm happening in the play hub? No. We're a small team of 35 people. That's not something that we have the time, resources, or would be a smart thing for us to be, you know, to doing. That's cool and all, but yeah, we've got to be smart. Will you guys update us soon on what you've learned from the demo, the feedback you've gathered, and the future of the game? Yes. I'm going to be... That's kind of my first focus after this. Keep getting that. That's my first focus after this test. I've got a huge list of things that I want to do, but that's one of them. Don't know if you saw the last video that I did after the closed alpha, but something similar to that. Yeah, easy peel. This is just a like an early version of the game. There's still a lot for us to do. So I agree. Details. We'll have more. Is the design of the cosmetics going to lean more edgy or more silly or somewhere in between or both? I mean, I hope it's not too... I don't think silly works. I mean, that's just me, personally. But we'll have to see how things go. It's not up to me. I think I'm going to put expertise rather than spirit. I'm going to have to do that. What? Oh, yeah, you can't have two Cithral's loops. That's true. So, can't do that anyway. Okay. Let's go again. Whoa, hey, no, not that one. Having a Steam friends list in the game would be great too. Yes. Yeah, there's a lot we're working on, for sure. Oh, thanks, Ingray, for posting the last recap video. But that's, I want to produce something like that again, if that's something that people like. And also now, oh, and this I'm really excited about, we can start promoting things like some of the insane fan art that we've been getting and things like that. And, you know, what people have been doing in our game. And there's all sorts of things that we can show off. You know, like these single pull plus 11 Stormwatchers and that sort of thing. How much longer do we have with this gym today? So it's just under 20 hours now, if my math is correct. What's everyone gonna play after tomorrow? What's the game plan? Nope. Oh, kick it. No, let's do it. Whoops. Gonna have to cry yourself to sleep. You're gonna wait for the release. Yeah, okay. Monster Hunter? Yep, okay. Back to Rivals. Cool. We don't have an ETA for the next playtest. Bloop, sorry.
This tower is ours now. There is nowhere to hide. I'll bring the frosty skies upon you. There's no nowhere to hide.
Oh man. I gotta take a break. Or I can just zip zap stuff. Oof, just got that. Got it. Why do set bonuses feel so weak compared to gems? I mean, this is why we test, right? We want to test and get feedback on these things, so I appreciate it. I'm gonna read that as feedback. Gems are very powerful. What are the chances that I get the same ring again off the boss? Well, I know that's a rhetorical question because the chances are exactly the same, but you know what I mean. What am I gonna do tomorrow? Well, I know I've got a lot to do, but like, I'm sad that I won't be able to play the game. Or I might kick the Sentinel instead. There we go. What class are you looking forward to showcase us? Oh, that is a very, very tricky and good leading question. I mean, I do look forward to showing Mara. That'll be cool. And also the new stuff on Arias. Other than that, I absolutely cannot say anything about other heroes. We'll get there. Don't worry. Yeah, that's correct. The Sir Bombastic will not carry over. What's the cooldown on the schism thing? I don't actually know. But, I mean, is it gonna stay procced? Because I want it to. Want to use it to whack the boss right in his weird little golem face. Thanks, Vigor. I'm just gonna leave it here. Vigo can heal it. Oh, missed it. But that way we can see the cool VFX. Wickknap. Aw, thanks! Yeah, the Division was a fun time. It does still actually have a healthy player base on both Division 1 and 2. They've been, yeah, kind of doing more than I think what was expected. Whoops. My bad. Who is Mara, by the way? She's kind of like a agile melee double dagger type thing. Tristed saying too bad it's female. I mean, I would really hope that doesn't stop you from enjoying life. Come on, hey! Apricot's here. Hi. We're just playing the game a little bit before we wrap up the test in like, 19 and a half hours. If you people aren't following Apricot yet, you absolutely should be. She's been super kind to us on the fellowship team. She played with us the other day, which was much appreciated. Oh, I should use my ult. I'm distracted. My bad. Talking and playing games is not something that I am super great at. Especially with Tariq's swing time of rotation. But it is fun. Yeah. Just get it done. No! Oop. Yeah, we did it. No, it was really, really cool. Cool of you to come and stream with us the other day, Kat. It was awesome. The test has gone really, really good, and yeah, a bunch of people jumped in and had a good time. So I'm very happy with that. Hey, I got a necklace. Is that the one that I already have? I don't know. Are you looking into developing lore for the world and characters? Of course. I mean, this is a good example. So you've got this big old dragon behind here. You might have seen the Breath of Elzarak thing that Sithril does. We've got the Prison of Elzarak. We've got a big dragon in behind here. I'm simplifying, of course. You've got the Worm Heart. All of these things tie together. There are things in there if you look for them. In the same way that I guess like Dark Souls has a lot of stuff in there if you look for it, right? Arcane Fellowship Netflix show when? Do you have maybe $50 million I could borrow? That'd be sick. What's up, Halani? I reckon I could fit one more of these in. I've got one more run, and then we will see if I get any of the additional items we're after. Different dungeon this time? Okay. We'll see. A certain DD sent me a ping on Discord. Thanks. Oh. Okay, that's cool. I'm not going to say exactly what's going on, but I did see that there might be something cool that we're wanting to sneak into the game for people who top the leaderboards. Just like a little, like, Easter egg that maybe we could come back to a little bit later on. But it's very cool. It's very, very cool. Maybe a little... Yeah. Yeah, that would be awesome. Ooh. Okay. I like the sound of that. There's a haste expertise. What do we got here? Critical strike expertise. I don't know what to stack on Tariq. Oh, it has a socket, so it's kind of a no-brainer. Can we... Yeah, we can unlock another thing. 8 stamina and 8 expertise, so I get a bunch of stuff from that. You know, really not looking forward to this ending. You guys have something good here, and I look forward to seeing the full release and what more you bring to the table. Me too. This is the thing. And now I know that certain people from the team are watching. I want to kind of reiterate what I was saying before. I think this test goes a really long way to showing, obviously, like the excitement for getting the early access up and running. I'm with you on that, 100%. But the thing that I'm more excited about is where this game looks 1, 2, 3, I can count, 4, 5 years from now. You know? That's what I'm really excited about. Once we get to, you know, a roster of heroes where, I don't know, I've just been getting really excited about even the small complexities that people have in just a roster of 6. Imagine a roster that's significantly larger than that. And what that would, how much that would change the game going forward. There's some really, really cool stuff. A roster of 20 plus even would be monumental. I agree. Lock, call. I mean, a Dota roster is like ridiculous. But like 20. When you think of like that compared to, that's more than triple what we have here. Kat saying, I definitely need to find the DPS that calls to me. Something feral. Yeah. I'm not calling you feral. I just know you play a feral druid. Just so people know, I'm not rude. Okie doke. Let's... Look, you can call yourself feral. I think that's... I'll leave that up to you. Congrats on the reviews on Steam also. 90% is great for a free game that anyone can review. I agree. I feel very, very good about that. And that is a good way to segue into, if you do have a spare moment and you've enjoyed the game, which it sounds like a lot of you have, definitely go and drop us a review because it's a massive help. The thing is, the more positive reviews we have from people like you, the more people we can reach and bring into the game, which makes your experience better. So, help yourselves. Give us a review. A positive one. If you have negative things to say them to my face. That's fine. No, just leave a review. We'd love to know what your experience is. But also, I'm very excited about doing some proper feedback sessions. Right now, this is very kind of, I'm reading chat and all that sort of thing. I want to, in the following period of time, I don't know exactly how long it will be, do some sort of Discord feedback session using the stages functionality and do like a talkback radio kind of feedback listening session as well. That'll be fun. If you have something negative, write a handwritten note. It'll make a bigger impact. Honestly, it probably would. The demo ends today. I thought it was the 4th. It is the 4th, depending. Yeah, so right now. Wait. For me, it ends on the 4th at 7 a.m. For other people, it's a different time. But basically, 19 and a half hours, I think. In gray, am I correct? I don't know if my math is right. Okay. In any case, we need to hunt down. Okay, now I've only got time for an adventure because I rambled on for a while. Let's see what adventures drop shoulders. No, wait, do any of them? Wormheart doesn't. Stormwatch does. Okay. Okay, Stormwatch is good. So we're finishing without 2 relics. It just it happens. Thanks. Is E86? Wait, 86. That must mean we are the same age, which means that we turn 40 next year. Yes. It's going to be fine. I'm coping with it. Honestly, it was so good I stopped playing a little early. I want to preserve my grind for when it's more live. I kind of feel the same about like test stuff as well. Like, you know, it's kind of silly to say. Like, I only like to keep putting hours into the games if I get real stuff for it. You know? If I get stuff that I can keep. Like, to be fair, none of it's real, but do you know what I mean? I follow that same sentiment too. $40 is the new $30? Yeah. I will keep telling myself that. It is legit a fun/good game, but I, like others, want to grind when it is out for real. Same. Same. My group just went for Tigers and just had casual fun with it after that. Yeah, Safbridge, I think that's a really good play, honestly. I reckon we should just always... Oh, whoops, wrong button. No one heard that. You heard nothing. Okay, I think we actually have to... The Invokers too, the Withers are really bad. Oh, there's Malevolent Spirit. I do get, like other people, I do get a bit cursor lost. Jackson, yeah, I'm kind of the same, getting up to like, getting 240 gears and then Just finding what's fun. I just want the shinies. Oh. Big flame. Oh. Okay, now I don't mind using my oop. Go. Oof. Oh, we don't have that. I thought we hit that fireplace. Hey, Pyrie, how you doing? Was it intentional to make heroes within roles on both ends of the game difficulty spectrum? Helena, Mako, Tariq, Rhyme, or did it just happen that way? Also, what is the official title? Hero or champion? I think hero is the official title. Hero? Yeah, hero. So, yes, it is intentional that there is a difficulty difference between the heroes. And we definitely want to kind of run the whole difficulty spectrum going forward. I could see Mara, and again, this is I don't actually know, but I could see Mara being lower on the difficulty scale, kind of like Rhyme. As to what that toolkit would look like, don't know. I'm gonna wail on this guy and see what happens. Just for fun. Got him. Because you have a high difficulty melee class, Tariq. It'd be really cool to do a simplified melee DPS. Can I spoil the third healer? No. I can't spoil anything. As much as I love doing that, it's... In the long run, it's pretty quick with the gear, right? Sorry. Oh, I need to maybe... The progression may be too fast to keep players for long. What do you think about that? Or is the end gear not integrated in this chest? It's just something that, you know, I wouldn't say that this is a 100% final representation of what the gearing speed and everything is like. There's some things in here that are dedicated towards, you know, making it easier to test. That's just true. So I wouldn't read too much into the kind of gear curve as it is now. Love to see the friendly competition between Ice Mage and Fire Mage. It'll be really cool once that kicks off again. And also once we have a different melee DPS. All sorts. There's so much coming. It's going to be awesome.
Killed only my weakest raiders. Your skulls will be my first trophy this day. Raiders to me! Divided you will fall.
I feel like Perfect Storm's coming. Out, 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 out. Sorry. Okay, this is going to be the last run for the day. Then we can hang out and have a little chat. But I think, yeah, that's going to be the end of the streams for the test. I'm sad. I know I'll look back on these past, like, just over a week and be very, I don't know, seems like a pretty pivotal time for the game. How many classes do you guys estimate the game will launch with? Hard to say. This is the thing, like, we'll have to see once we get into, oh yes, we've got the late guards. Once we get into the next few weeks, we can kind of stock take where we are. Then there'll have to be decisions made about, you know, when does early access come? If it's sooner, there'll be less heroes than if it were later in the year. There's obviously a lot of trade-offs to make when you're doing this kind of dev. But we shall see. When will the game come out? I'm trying to be a content creator for the game. Gear Farmer, I'm glad to hear it. Want to start streaming it often. Love to hear it. It's a fun game to stream. I can say that. It's a... I think it also, and this is one of the things that I've, nice. I like the trims on this. I love my gem build. A bit of everything. Rainbow build. Oh, I have to admit, there was something... Oh, also, I just need to say thanks for grouping. That was the last one for me. I had a moment when I was watching JB's stream the other day, and I feel so... I was talking about Path of Exile, Diablo 4, and all these sorts of things. I didn't realize, as much as I have had a kind of weird adjacent history, like I did some stuff with the Grinding Gear Games crew before Path of Exile released and that sort of stuff, because we're from the same city. We're in Auckland, New Zealand. And I only just clicked, literally yesterday, when JB was like, "Oh, the game's about grinding gear," and I was like, "Oh." That double meaning had been lost on me for like 15 years. I feel very idiotic. Here we are. Yeah. I even like did a tiny bit of freelance work for them like years and years and years and years ago. I should know these things. It's alright. You gotta own your mistakes sometimes, you know? Ooh, okay. Jackson. Let's see. Sounds like we might have some convincing you to do. Your only idea is either less gear or bigger jumps up per tier, but not sure if either help the majority of the player base. What's the issue for you? We do have something that you mentioned. Eye level requirement for at least one person in the group or something. You can do that. If you host a game, you can set a minimum item level. So if I wanted something at 200, I could do that. Minimum dungeon rating? 1,000,000. We can do that too. So that's in there. When does the testing end? Ooh, in like 19 hours. Sad. John the Boiler. So yeah, there are some issues like with the population and finding groups and that sort of stuff. Obviously in a test, that's something we're kind of aware happens. John, I would say if you're looking to find a group, the best thing to do, are you on our Discord? You will find a group like that. If you're like, hey, let's see, there's a looking for group channel that you could absolutely join. I would say that's the best thing for you to do. Just throw it in there and just be like, I'm a tank, I'm looking for a few more people to run this with. Because I really want you to have a chance of playing. Is there a dev roadmap anywhere? So, Gordzo, I kind of mentioned before how I feel about publishing super rigid locked-in roadmaps. I'm committed to like kind of leading the charge on transparent communication with all of you, and we'll give you, you know, a lot of information about what we're working on and what our priorities are. I think the issues with roadmaps is it doesn't give you the flexibility to necessarily change priorities, right? So yes, there will be news about what we are working on and our priorities. I don't think it's going to take the form of like a rigid, like, this is our 12 months things that are happening. Like in September, we're releasing this. In January, we're releasing this. Because what if there are better opportunities that arise and better things that we can do for the game? I think you set people up for disappointment when there's a better path forward for the development of it. But yes, lots of transparent news about what we're working on. I mean, I made that sound negative, but it's actually a really positive thing. Yeah, John. We got to get you into a group. So try the looking for group channels on our Discord. I would love to see you get in. Surely you need to tease something since it's the last stream of this test. I don't have anything for you. Like, I don't have any like announcements of like a certain big thing that's coming and like, oh. Did we crash or are we still going? No? That's a lie. I just got a big window saying OBS has crashed, but I'm not going to touch it because it seems to be fine. We're still here. Weird. But What I can say is we are doing early access later this year. When that happens, not sure. But I will definitely, yeah, commit to you that we will be doing a lot of transparent communication about what's coming up. So, literally tomorrow, I will be starting work on gathering information for a video that outlines what we've learned from the test, what our biggest priorities are in the short term, what comes next for our players, you know, what you can expect, when can you next possibly get involved, or what does that look like? So there will definitely be a lot of info coming very, very soon, but we kind of need to just do a bit of a post-mortem, have a look at where we're at and that sort of thing. Got a question, will there be a dual sword DPS class? Look, those questions about heroes, will there be X hero? Anything is possible, right? If this game gets off to a really successful start, like, I feel like you can draw a correlation between will there be X amount of heroes and X amount of dungeons to how successful the game is, right? That's more success, more heroes, more dungeons. Hopefully that's the cycle. How overwhelming has this test been for the Fellowship team? I think it's gone smoothly. So overwhelming, not in terms of like scrambling to make like panic, like everything's falling apart. Like, I wouldn't say overwhelming in a bad way. Overwhelming in a way that like, oh shit, people really like this. This is that's a lot. It feels like there's a big responsibility and a really cool position to be in. No, it's been really cool. I'm glad to kind of see all this feedback in chat. It's really, really great. Paulo asking if there's any raids. That's kind of the thing, right? Like, success begets content. And then I feel like the same can be said the other way around. From what I understood from the game with the leaderboard system, I do believe we will have seasons. Will we have rewards for season placement? Yes. So, we have talked about it before, but specific things like effects on the shoulders, like certain like cool the effects, certain specific trim colors. I do shoulders because shoulders are, to me, are always kind of the like flex slot. Certain trim colors on all of your gear will only be accessible to people who are in a certain percentile of the leaderboard, for example. That makes sense. How much I need to pay to run the servers one more week? I know, Shaft Shot. I know. Twilk, I'm really glad to hear it. I don't know, Valendev, I do not know what percentile that'll be. I don't even know if we know, to be honest. Like, since we're in a testing phase, is it like the top 1%? Is it the top 5%? Top 10%? Do each of those brackets get a specific thing? Top 50%? Do you get something? Do you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of decisions to be made. It actually kind of reminds me of like a mobile game I used to play like years and years and years ago called CSR Racing. I always found myself being like, I really want to grind like a leaderboard to get X thing. I can't remember. It's so long ago now. But I like leaderboards attached to percentiles. I think it's cool. A nice little carrot. As long as it's like a thing that you can get that isn't related to power. It's just like a thing you can flex. Will we get a numbers breakdown from the demo? Things like total player numbers, numbers of dungeons. Ooh, I do like the idea of an infographic. So, possibly. Possibly Barrett. I'm glad you're enjoying it, CC. That's very, very cool. Okay. I'm going to check who we have to raid. If anyone is still on during the last day of testing Fellowship. Ah. JB just started. But, do you know what? Yeah, actually. Let's go over and see JB. He knows what's up. He'll explain to you what. Do you know what? Okay, you can go if you're in JB's chat. Just be like, I heard you talk. Hamish said you talked about something that makes the game special, and you had an interesting take on the ARPG elements. Tell me more. Okay, this is one last question I think is really good. Blyron's asking, if you were the CEO of Chief Rebel for a day and could order one change/fix to be applied to the game, what would you personally make number one priority? No analyzing data, just your gut. Easy. Spectator mode. Spectator mode and broadcast tools. That's what I want. Give it to me. Now. That's my number one. Okay, cool. Let's go and raid JB. He's killing it. If you want to see like an absolute legit pro play this game, that's what you got. All right. Have a good one, everyone. Talk to you soon. And also, people on YouTube, go to twitch.tv/jdotb, j.b over on Twitch. Okay. See you later.